Okay, so just want to basically take this lecture to introduce the concept of good housekeeping, right? Good discipline. When we talk about sales and expenses, this is the lifeblood of your business, keeping track of these key figures. And in my experience at least, I am absolutely amazed of the number of people who don't do this. It's a daily discipline. Please don't ignore it. And what I'm going to show you here is a very, very basic method, right? This is what I use still actually to a certain extent, but it's by no means, your definitive accounting package, nothing like that. But it's going to help you enormously to give you a very good overview of what you have and how well you are doing. And in fact, a lot of these figures you can give to your accountant, later on in the day, later on in the year, as your business develops and you do need to actually, file your accounts. All the information that he or she will need will be there. But most importantly, right now, it's for you, okay? So if you've been in business for a while, forgive the simplicity of what I'm doing here, okay? But if you're new to business, I really hope you find this to be useful. It's not supposed to be patronizing in any way, okay? I'm just trying to sort of give you a very nice introduction to some simple but very effective methods. So as you can see, I've basically got here an Excel spreadsheet. That's all it is. Let me just get rid of the top header here. So an Excel spreadsheet with sales, okay? That's it. And what I have here on the left-hand side is the start date. So when I actually started my campaign to sell these things, okay? So I've put down the 1st of May, 2017. Obviously, this is just an example. No end date for the moment because, we are still doing this, all right? Then we've got the product name itself, okay? My heart-shaped dog pendant and necklace, what I've actually called it on my site. And then the actual URL of that product on my site. Okay, if I start to get many products on my site, I need to be able to go there quickly if I need to. I need to keep track of it. So that's exactly the product URL on my site itself. Okay, if you can see here, you don't see much of the product URL, but if I draw your attention to the top part here of the sheet, you can see the full URL appearing here, I hope. Now, next to that, I've now got the product URL on AliExpress, all right? The actual corresponding address for that product on AliExpress. And as you can see here, the whole thing, all right? Now, this is also very important, okay? Because I get people saying to me things like, how do I keep track of, where my products were that I bought on AliExpress? Well, this is a very simple method to do it. You'd be amazed at the number of people who sell something on AliExpress maybe 2 or 3 weeks after they started advertising or later on or whatever it could be, and then can't find it back on AliExpress because they simply haven't taken the time to record where it was in the first place. So there we go. That's exactly where it is on AliExpress. Now, this next one is called the SKU, okay, which is basically just it's called a stock keeping unit, okay, SKU. And it's just basically a number, a unique number that identifies where that is on AliExpress. So let me just take you to AliExpress itself. Okay, so now here we are on my on the necklace that we're talking about, and here's our unique URL, yeah, which relates to where we're actually going to get this from our supplier when somebody buys. And the SKU is actually this last number here. I hope you can see that. Basically, you've got, just before the HTML, you've got a series of numbers here. Okay, see that 3280, blah, 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 blah. And what I've done is I've taken that and I've copied it and I've pasted it into my spreadsheet here. Okay, now just to show you something that you might not be aware of, I can now find that product straight away just using that SKU. So let me demonstrate. If I now copy this, let's go back to AliExpress and let's just go to the home page. Okay, let's imagine we've just come into AliExpress and we need to go straight to that product. Okay, all I need to do is actually paste that number into the search bar on AliExpress, click on the search icon, and it takes me straight there. Yeah, it's a unique number that identifies it on AliExpress. So that's very, very useful, very, very important to have in my spreadsheet, right? So now I've got everything linked up. I know, the product URL on my site, where it is on Ali, and I can find it very easily on Ali as well. Now, these next bits is just what I do, okay? And again, this is just an example, but I hope you're beginning to realize, this is very simple, but very powerful. So what I've got here is my advertising costs, okay? This will be a running total. So just an example, so far I spent $12.32, right? Clearly I'm making this up. And then every time I get a sale, I'm going to record it in these lines below, okay? So in my example here, I've got a sale on the 1st, how much money I got, yeah, $19, that's how much I'm selling it for. How much I paid my supplier, right, $3.50, that will be the cost of the product plus the shipping, just for example. And then some sort of difference, okay? And this difference here is cumulative. So, the same day I got another sale of 19, right? And my cumulative amount now is 31, all right? So 15.5 plus the 19 that I got minus the 3.5 that I gave to the supplier. Now I've got $31. Yeah, those are my actual sales now. And then, yeah, hopefully it's now becoming obvious. The next day I got another sale, and then I put this last one in here just to demonstrate, that now I've received perhaps 25 because it's no longer on sale. So I've got a different price for it this time, right? So straight away I can see from this very, very basic exercise that at the moment I have got, I have got $68 received, yeah, as a result of this, and I've spent $12.32 on advertising. So, I'm doing well. This is great. And you can imagine, yeah, I can just basically list all my other products that I have on my site that I'm using, and I can list them down here, and I can very easily see how well they're doing, how much I'm spending on advertising, how much I'm actually getting in from the suppliers. When I get an order, I just grab that SKU from Ali and I put it into the site, and I go straight there, straight to my supplier. So it's a very, very nice little, exercise, a nice little control panel, if you like. So on a second tab down here, I've got expenses, yeah, and this is even simpler. But again, you'd be amazed the number of people who don't do this. So, again, just as an example, on the 1st of May, I spent $3.14 on Facebook advertising. Yeah, 2 days later, I had an expense for web hosting for $4.50, and so on and so on. I'm just going to basically every time record my expenses. Now, do this every day, okay? Well, assuming there's something going on every day, but do it every day, okay? Don't do it, once a month, or say to yourself, oh, I'll do that on Friday, or of course I'll do it tomorrow, because you won't do it. I know it's boring, right? And that's the reason why people don't do it, because it's boring. We've done all the fun stuff of designing the site. We've done all the fun stuff of, driving targeted traffic. We've had great fun making sales and feeling great. What we need to do now is to actually record this stuff, okay? So just use, a very simple spreadsheet like this. This is just to give you a start. This is not the definitive, this is the solution you must do. This is just to give you a start to give you an idea, take your own spin on it. But definitely do it. Please, please, please don't ignore it. You will not regret it in the long run.